So this is a video by Hend, who's a landscape artist, and it's a very good video that talks about horizons and eye level and how things rise up to eye level. So eye level is the horizon line, or what we call the true horizon. That is the visible horizon, or where things like hills or mountains meet the sky. What's actually visible to our eyes. If we're at the ocean, the true horizon is visible as the water meets the sky. So he's talking here about painting a scene, and here he's showing the importance of identifying what's above your eye level and also what is below your eye level. And in the next part of this video, he's going to talk about how things appear to rise up to our eye level. If we're going to draw this scene from side on, that's how you would draw it. It would be a flat green line showing the land and a parallel red line going over the water to the second person. That's a side-on view. But that's not how we see things in reality. In reality, things like the second person appear to rise up to eye level, and Len's going to show this in the next part of his video. So because of perspective, that second person will appear smaller, and the ground will change so that it looks like it's going up a hill. It looks like that person is rising up to eye level. What Len's got there now is the reality of how we observe the world. Why is Len showing us this? Because a landscape painting is attempting to mimic the real world. In the real world, that's how the observer observes the second person. The same principle applies when we're looking out over the ocean. When you look through your camera and you zoom into the ships over the horizon, the water looks like it's rising up to eye level. It looks like you're going up a slight hill of water. Now in reality, that water is flat. Just like Len's painting, the ground is flat. But in reality, when looking over the ocean appears to rise up to our eye level. Many globers have problems in this discussion identifying the difference between looking at a scene from side on compared to looking at a scene from the observer's point of view. From the observer's point of view, the horizon appears to rise up to eye level. That is the critical point here. The ships that are beyond the horizon are obscured by that horizon. Why? Because the horizon has risen up to eye level. Everything from eye level down of the ship behind the horizon is hidden. If that ship gets further and further away from the horizon, due to perspective, that ship is going to appear smaller and smaller. Okay, so let's have a think about how ships that are past the horizon would actually look on a flat plane. If the ocean was dead flat, would the ships keep rising up to the sun, as you can see in that image, from the observer's point of view? No, of course not. What we would actually see is exactly what we see now. Ships beyond the horizon point will appear to get smaller until they are hidden behind the water rising to eye level. The ships would not appear to rise up to the sun. The ships would appear to start falling back down below that horizon level as it rises up to eye level from the observer. Imagine the ocean is a slight hill going up and then leveling off. And imagine if we had some power lines going up to the top of the hill and then disappearing off into the distance on a flat level. That is how things appear when something is at eye level and then it disappears behind the eye level, and due to perspective you can see the power lines getting smaller and smaller. That is what's happening when we look out over the ocean. The water is rising up to eye level and ships past the horizon, due to perspective, appear to get smaller and smaller away from the horizon line. It really is as simple as that. Another way to think about it is, imagine that fence is the horizon line, is your eye level, and the telegraph poles behind that fence are the ships getting further and further away from the horizon, further and further behind that horizon line. Those ships will appear to get smaller and smaller according to perspective. Objects hidden behind an obstruction appear to the observer to get smaller and smaller the further they are away from the observer. Even a 2-metre fence could eventually hide a 10-metre telegraph pole. What causes the obstruction? Well, it's the water rising up to eye level combined with the distortion from the water vapour, the sea swell, any wind waves, etc., all combine to create that obstruction, and items behind the obstruction are hidden. The further away they get, the further. So I understand that this concept or discussion is quite contentious. So I have a challenge for you. If you disagree with what I've said in this video, my challenge to you is to draw me a diagram of what you think we would actually see if we lived on a flat plane. You can see my drawing there of how I think we would see things on a flat plane. If you disagree, imagine we're on a flat plane, draw for me how you think ships over a horizon would appear on a flat plane. And if you don't think that there would be a horizon on a flat earth or a flat plane, then I suggest you look that up. Mainstream physicists will tell you there should be a horizon.